So before we even get into the finals, let's talk about what was at stake here. Okay. Inter already have 3 titles as a club, but this particular team is very aging. This is probably their last chance to win anything. And they bottled the league and they lost the final, but that's irrelevant. Coming into the Champions League, this was their last chance to win the Champions League, realistically. PSG, on the other hand, have never won a Champions League, so this was huge for them. Both teams had a lot at stake here. PSG faced Liverpool in the quarterfinal, where in the first leg, they absolutely fucking dominated, then lost. In the second leg, they played like shit, at least in the first half, but won. So, makes sense of that. But then in the semi-final, they almost got remontada, but they didn't. Marcus Rashford showed them what he can do when he's not in a Manchester United shirt, so pretty much like any other Manchester United player. Aston Villa missed some late opportunities as well. They could have won this game easily, but PSG won. They advanced to the final. Inter arguably had the harder road to the final. Okay, they barely beat Bayern 2-1, I think, in the quarterfinal. And then they played Barcelona in one of the greatest Champions League games of all time in the semi-finals. So first leg ended 3-3. In the second leg, 87th minute, Rafinha gives us the lead 3-2. And by us, I mean Barcelona. We're 3-2 up. I'm thinking like time to celebrate, right? Get the halal champagne out, non-alcoholic. Let's celebrate. But unfortunately, Acerbi had other plans. He, in the 93rd minute, I believe. Yes, 93rd minute, he equalized from the right wing. Our right flank was, if we had the ball, they would have won that game. I keep saying that, but anyway, this video isn't about that. In the 93rd minute, Acerbi equalizes. After that, we go to extra time. And in the 99th minute, Fratesi wins the game. For a goal which he never should have scored, by the way, because he has 3 eons of time in the box. Who does that? He scores anyway. Jan Sommer transforms into prime Buffon to keep Yamal and Barcelona out for the rest of the game. And Inter advanced to the final. Now, you would think that because Inter beat Barcelona, I would be supporting PSG, but I'm not a bitch. Inter played wonderful football in the game against us. Props to them. And I wanted Inter to win, honestly. Against us, they played like prime Real Madrid, but against PSG, they turned into, this season's Real Madrid, which was not very cool of them, I'm gonna be honest. So I was supporting Inter. I knew PSG had the better chances, honestly, but going into the game, I was supporting Inter, which is unfortunate given how that turned out. So the game begins and both teams, it's back and forth at first, right? Both teams have their chances, none of them can convert. And then after the first goal, man, it's all PSG. It's all PSG. They were pressing like dogs, bro. Ousmane Dembele did not give the keeper any time in the ball. They could not build from the back. They never really got their passing sorted. And this was what Inter is supposed to be good at, passing out from the back. That's what they did to Barca. We pressed them, they passed out from the back, they sent it to the right flank, they crossed it, and then they scored. That's what happened like 7 times. But in this game, they couldn't really get it going. I think the pressure of the final was a major factor, believe it or not, because I saw some of the passes, bro. Just Sunday League stuff. But unfortunately, they couldn't really get anything going. And PSG are overall, let's be honest, a much higher quality team, man for man. And so they scored, and then they scored another one, and then they scored another one. It ended up being 5-0. And PSG wanted this so much more than anyone else. I swear to God, this team didn't win this when they had Messi, Mbappe, Neymar in the front line. Do you know why? Because they didn't want it as much. And then I think when PSG went 4-0 up, Kvaratskhelia is tracking back near his own box, taking the ball from Dumfries. And Ousmane Dembele, I think in the 90th minute, is pressing the fucking keeper. When they're 5-0 up, Ousmane Dembele is still like a dog pressing the keeper. I mean, they really did deserve it. Whatever you want to say about PSG, this PSG team deserved it. They deserved to win. The final overall, let's be honest, was trash though. Like 5-0, they got trashed. It was like watching a really bad game, La Liga game. It was like watching Girona play Barcelona, but instead of haram ball, they just tried to pass it out from the back, and they couldn't. Now though, let's come towards one of the most interesting parts of the final. Okay, the consequences of the final. Once PSG did win the final. What do you think happened in Paris? Right? Did people gift each other flowers? Maybe they celebrate by, you know, gifting each other some shit. I don't know, like hugging each other, like inviting each other over for a game of FIFA. I don't know, bro. I don't know how you guys celebrate, but they celebrate by burning cars and shit. You know, it was it was absolute chaos. It was like the chimps were let loose, okay, in Paris after the one. It was absolute chaos and destruction, which I don't understand why you would do that to your own city, but I guess the French move different. I still don't. This section of the video is, by the way, so if this video does get any traction, I want the French viewers to tell me if this is the culture, you know? I'm confused over here. Why would you do that? Okay. Maybe it was the rival fans, but you don't really have a local rival. So who did it to Paris? Okay. That's it. Goodbye. See you in the next one.